who are the biggest scammers in the NBA? Yeah,
I
bro.
got, I got,
And if you
I
don't
got.
say Joel Embiid, you're a glazer, bro. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Give Me the Ball podcast. I've been traveling, been on vacation, I guess you could call it.
Yeah,
But we got to get it. This is something that we're serious about, and I told y'all this. Y'all think we playing? We ain't playing, bro. We gonna get
we
it
ain't
done.
playing. We gonna get it. We doing it.
We gonna get it done, man. What you been up to, yo?
Hey, man, like same routine. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, I can't complain. I'm blessed the whole way. Family is doing okay. I'm doing okay. Uh, just trying to get 1% better every single day, and then I feel like it's just like everybody. Same
Yeah,
same routine.
that's all we can ask
What
for,
about you?
man. Just I've just been traveling, bro. I went back to, or I'm in Idaho right now, chilling with my
Okay.
fam. Got to see my nephews, my brother, lots of my family. So it's been cool. I was thinking I should pull up to Washington. We could do an episode, but it's
I ain't gonna lie. You
a little bit of a ways. But
8 hours
nah, bro,
away.
8 hours. It's a little bit of a drive for a podcast episode. And
True.
I didn't really plan it. I think I could have made it happen, but I didn't plan it out that way. So,
Yeah, we're gonna
but
get it
hey,
done
like I
one day
said,
for sure.
it don't really matter. It don't really matter as long as we're doing it. I saw something online today that I thought was interesting. So I'm gonna ask you. So Monta Ellis used to play for the
Hmm.
Warriors.
Yeah.
He went out somewhere. I don't even know what the source is. I'm not sure. Y'all can double check that. But he went out and said that if you swap him and Steph Curry on the Warriors, that they still have the same amount of championships or the same amount of success. What do you think about that?
Are we serious, bro? You
Hey,
really serious? Nah,
bro, he
let me
was
let me let me look it. Let me rephrase it. Is he serious, bro? No,
he can't
no,
be. I don't
no. He's
listen.
rage baiting at this point. He's rage baiting.
He was cold, bro. Like I can't lie. He
Yeah.
was cold, but he was not Steph Curry. Not even close. The thing
Yeah,
is,
Steph.
the difference too, even if that is true, you put Steph Curry on any other team and he still has the same amount of success. So it's like y'all are not the same. And I don't know if he meant it that way, but I really hope he did not. Because nah, he's tripping.
He's definitely 100% tripping, bro. Yeah, I know you say he was cold, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. They not come from the same fridge. I ain't gonna lie, they're not coming to the same fridge. Him and Steph Curry, bro. Every fridge got a model, and his model is definitely does not the Steph Curry model. I ain't gonna lie to you. Steph is cold, cold, cold.
Yes.
And he's like, nah, bro. I'm not going for that one. People is just
Nah,
trying to say everything now to bring attention and things like this. He was definitely rage baiting, bro. There's no way. I don't even really know him like that, but no, there's nobody that can go and say, bro. We talk about somebody that actually changed the game, bro.
exactly.
He changed the game. What did he change the game? No.
Nope. He was
So
playing in it. He was playing in the game that Steph
yes,
changed, bruh.
yes. So you see. Talk about it. And then, so he was with the Wars at one point. So why didn't he use it? Why did he
Mm-hmm.
really like stuff like this to do that? Let's talk about they're gonna win the same amount of championship. Bro, stop. Please stop.
Absolute nonsense. And I mean, no disrespect to him, bro, at all. Like you said, like he ain't from the same fridge.
Yes.
Steph straight out the freezer, my boy. Steph is
Yeah.
cold. And like
Nah, for real.
we're talking about the greatest point guard of all time. We're not just talking about like
Yes.
we're not talking about I don't even know who else to compare to Monta Ellis, but
Yeah.
it's like there's levels. We said that last episode. There's levels to even the NBA.
Yes.
So,
There's levels. There's levels. I'm saying I'm trying to sometimes I just don't want to critique immediately what he say. So I'm trying to figure out is he saying that because of the team that Steph had winning those championships? He's
Yeah.
talking about like, okay, if I was the same piece around those pieces, we would still make the same amount of championship. But it's like,
Well,
uh,
I think
yeah,
I think even that is crazy because Steph Curry made the teams he made the team good. Like, yes, you have Draymond, who is, running the defensive side of things, and obviously great piece to the puzzle. You have Klay Thompson, who's Robin, Steph Curry's Batman. You know what I mean?
elite shooter.
But like the amount of attention, the amount of, I guess, preparation that a team has to do for Steph Curry is what made the other players better.
I agree. I agree.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
And it's
agree.
just interesting. And like you said, I think the media, especially Instagram, which is where I saw it, there's a lot of things that get taken out of context. Some things are said and they're not actually meant the way the media portrayed it. So I'm curious. I wonder if like there's an interview or if he like tweeted it or what happened. But I want to see what he actually said. Because if it's
Yeah.
just what I saw, it's like, bro, how are you even comparing yourself to that? You know? It's
Yes.
like people
That's
like it just wouldn't be the same without Steph Curry. Nothing would be the same.
yeah.
Basketball would be different. The whole game of basketball would be different. The NBA would be different. The Warriors would not have the legacy that they have right now if Steph
Yeah.
Curry did not play for the Warriors.
Yeah.
And that's just the
No,
bottom line.
no, I totally agree with that. When the team definitely at that time scout for Golden State Warriors, they 100% scout for Steph. He definitely on the front line. He's definitely one of because he's making threes, bro. Threes are more than twos. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like somebody that's doing that and then I like killing at that level. It's like you have to stop him. And then I honestly, and you probably agree with that too. A lot of people at that time that had success around him was because probably the defense was kind of a little bit focused more on Steph. So they get more, space to do their things, or they probably, of course, the super team that they had with KD or whatever. Of course, that now it was way different because now you really don't know what to do, bro. You go and pray, but you go and pray. But
Yes, bro.
it's definitely so like if you look top three, you can't go without Steph. And I don't
Nah,
think
bro.
if at any point Warriors or whatever when they was scouting team when he was playing or Monta Ellis or whatever, he was on number
Oh, this is the
top
thing
three
too. I
of
mean,
the scout report. Mm.
I just looked it up because I didn't want to be saying it and not be true, but
And
Steph
yeah,
Curry and Monta Ellis did play together.
okay,
So it's like, what happened, my boy? Like, and I know, and I get it because this is no knock to the team.
yeah,
That Warriors team is one of the obviously record wise. The year, I mean, they lost the finals that year when they went 73-9. They lost the finals that year, but that was
yeah,
the best team record wise that we ever saw.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So no
yeah,
knock. Like it does take a team. We all know one guy can't do it all.
100%.
And so I'm not saying that the supporting cast wasn't great that Steph Curry had, but I feel like that's partially because he made them better.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah,
you are still able to do that. You are like, you can be one guy that has that much of an impact that makes everybody around them better versus making them
yeah.
worse, you know?
That is true.
So I think
And
that's where
it's
the difference lies.
that is true. And then one thing that also that makes I feel like how Stephen Curry just fits in any team, and when he play, that makes the team better. That's what I say. Is Stephen Curry is not a heavy ISO player. Do you get what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? He's not a
Yeah.
really heavy ISO player. He's more like a motion guy. Do you get what I'm saying? When I say he's
Yeah.
more like a motion guy, so when he's a motion guy, you have to involve at least 2 to 3 pieces around him to move. So
Mm-hmm.
you actually involving people like around him to move. So that makes the whole team unguardable because it's like, who's gonna cut at that time? Who's gonna screen
Right.
at that time?
And
He's
who's gonna
gonna shoot.
shoot?
He's gonna pass.
Exactly.
Is he gonna go to the lane? He's somebody wide open in the corner. Exactly. And who's gonna shoot? So that's how like I can compare it to say for example like a James Harden. You know when James Harden plays sometimes the year he was killing, it's a freezing top ISO. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? The whole team just watching him going some ha 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 ha. You get what I'm saying?
Spamming between the
And
legs
but for
to a
Steph
step
is out.
back.
Okay. Like, yes. You know? but Yeah, that's what makes Steph Curry so. Oh man,
Yeah, and he has his ISO moments. Like there's obviously times he'll
he
get you on
does.
an island and it's over
Oh,
with.
he do.
But I agree. Like
Yeah,
the reason that makes him so difficult to guard is his off ball movement and his motion. He's always
yeah,
setting a screen for somebody. They're helping on who he just set the screen for because they're wide open. Now he's wide open for a shot. Or obviously creating stuff on his own off a screen. Or just off the dribble in general. ISO. Like he's gonna score on you no matter what. Whether he has the ball or not. He's gonna get it and he's gonna score at some point. Or he's setting somebody else up to score, you know? But nah, I just wanted to see what your thoughts were because I thought when I saw that, I didn't even think it was real. I was like, okay, this is just AI or something. And then I seen it like on legit sports pages, and I was like, okay, he's being serious. And I was just shook. I couldn't really believe it. But anyway, um, I've been seeing a
Hmm.
lot of, you know, obviously the postseason. This postseason, this off season has been crazy. Lots of trades. We know
Yeah,
the Sixers
a
got
lot.
really good with their off season trades. We know the Heat got really good. We know I also didn't realize that the Heat got Bobby Portis too, so that's huge. Uh,
Oh shoot,
they definitely won. They definitely
man.
won that trade. Um, who else? Lots of teams got good, right? So
Yeah,
obviously we know the New York Knicks just won the NBA Finals, 2026 NBA Finals. But
yeah,
I really don't think that like when a team wins a championship, they get a target on their back and they're the team to beat.
yes,
I don't
yeah,
have that vibe with the Knicks for some reason. And I'm not entirely sure. I wanted to see what your thoughts were, but I don't know who the team to beat is this year. I've been thinking a lot about it and I'm like, I would say Philly, but
yeah,
I don't even want to say that because they haven't really done anything. Like we don't know what they're playing like. We don't know what they're like right now. You know what I mean? All we know is they have a really good roster, a really good roster. So it's like, okay, so there's Philly, there's Miami, which I wouldn't really consider a team to beat, but you have the Knicks, who just won the finals. You have the Thunder and the Spurs. So
yes.
I'm just wondering, I guess, from your perspective, who do you think is the team to beat, and why? Why would you say that?
Yeah, first I would say, yeah, New York Knicks, of course they won, but honestly, when I look on paper, every team, and then if you got the team roster of every team in front of you and they passing you and passing you and passing you and passing you, I'll definitely look at the Philadelphia and be like, oh man, that's crazy. Like we say on paper, they look insane. Miami too, I ain't gonna lie, it's a sleeper because they have great piece around too, and also you can't sleep on also other teams like we talked about a lot with the LeBron trade. Everything got the Spurs and OKC got kind of like in the shadow. But those are two teams, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They working out. I just saw a post. I don't know what was that, where they was all working out together. Things like this. They're gonna
Who, the
come back
Spurs?
hungry. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, the Spurs. Yeah, of course, they're gonna come back hungry. And OKC, bro. OKC, you already know. They got a lot of pieces around. You know, they got a lot
Mm-hmm.
of good pieces, and they're gonna come back, hungry.
Yeah.
Every team is gonna come back hungry. They
Right.
also a lot of teams got better. They would talk about the Timberwolves with Ant-Man and LaMelo Ball, but I ain't gonna lie, this team they good, but I feel like this
Mm-hmm.
trade is more gonna be for like a I don't know, he more just gonna be like a must-watch TV show because you
Yeah.
got Ant and LaMelo,
Like
but
Showtime.
yeah,
Flashy.
like Showtime. Yeah, like
Exciting.
Showtime going on. Exciting to watch. But the Knicks, man, I don't know. Do you know why? That's what make this NBA upcoming NBA season really interesting. Because you got so many, like I said in the past episode, so many storyline that's coming and so many questions that we had as supporter and fan that we need answer.
Right.
Do Jason Tatum gonna be able to lead the Celtics? Right? That's one. Do
Mm-hmm.
Philadelphia will work? Do Philadelphia will work? Is this team going? really match the expectation that everybody's talking about, right? We have Miami on the other side. We also have Timberwolves right here. We have like every team around just, is just getting better, right? And some teams,
Yeah,
of course,
for
didn't
sure.
change anything. Like some teams didn't change anything because I don't think the Knicks really changed anything, right?
They
But
lost. They lost some guys.
you see,
They lost Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell, I
Well,
say Mitchell Roberts,
that
yeah,
was probably the biggest. I think him and then like a couple bench guys. I know Jeremy. I can't remember. Sokan, whatever his last name is. He went to Portland, I believe. So they lost, and he didn't really play for real, but they lost Mitchell Robinson, who I feel like is one of the most impactful centers in the game today.
man, they got grab rebounds, bro. Oh my,
Mm-hmm.
oh.
And he went
But
to
and talk about
Boston.
Portland,
So
exact. Oh yeah, see, they got better on their part. They do got better. You know what I'm saying? And also talking about Portland. When I talk about storyline and everything, Portland too. You got so much story going on around Portland. It's like you got Dame Lillard coming back, and you got John Moran. It's like okay, John Moran been out of the league for a little bit. He's like, is he gonna come back and be one of the most exciting player like we know he is?
right,
You know, and so that's why I said that this upcoming season, man, is it's. But going back to your question, bro, I ain't gonna lie. The Knicks is not a team that actually a lot of teams are scared of, but they can't sleep on them
no,
because we
absolutely not.
they already prove what they can do. And of course,
Mm-hmm.
every front office now they really move smart. They move with they calculate everything. So if they didn't
Yeah,
do like a lot of big moves, it's like, hey, we're gonna try to go and make it happen again. And I feel like they got a target. They still got a target on their back, and they're still the winner. So it's like everybody gonna try to go out and make sure that, hey, bro, they ain't the same thing no more.
right. Yeah, no, I mean it's something I've been thinking about a lot. Um, I don't know. I'm just more excited to see how good, or I guess how different the NBA is going to be this year, because like you said, all these trades that have happened, everybody improving their roster besides the Warriors for some reason,
Yeah,
and I don't know. I'm just stuck. I don't think I would say Philly, but I don't really think anybody. I don't know. I guess it's hard to explain what I'm trying to say, but I just don't see them right now in their first year. Maybe like year two, if they
hmm,
make it to the finals and they do really well. Maybe
hmm.
LeBron's second year there, they'll be the team to beat. But I think right
But
now
why are you
there's
saying
more.
that?
I don't know. I just think because right now there's more question marks and more questions of how's this team going to work together. Like I said, on paper, if you were to line up every roster in the NBA and say who is everyone trying to beat, it's going to be Philly.
Yeah,
But we all, like, if you know anything about basketball and the NBA specifically, how often do those type of teams work out? You know,
yeah,
and it's different too. I
yeah,
think if Jaylen Brown didn't get traded there and it was just LeBron who went there, I'd be saying something different. But I think adding Jaylen Brown to the mix with Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and LeBron, it just changes things a little bit, in my opinion, because
yeah.
I mean, he's never come out and said, I want to be the guy, I want to be the number one guy, but he does.
Oh
And
yes.
then you have LeBron, and then you have Joel Embiid, who still believes, for some crazy reason, that he's the guy on that team. And if you believe that Joel Embiid is still the guy on that team, then I would like to have a conversation, because I just
Hey, you can't, bro. Like, look, listen. When we was talking about the LeBron James effect, you see the poster he put, he looked really skinnier. And Embiid post something, he looked really skinnier. And then look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, my brother. Embiid, a healthier Embiid, running the league, he can win MVP. Do you agree
well,
with
he's
me?
done it. He's done it already.
Yeah. So it's
So
like,
I
uh-huh.
don't know, dude. I think his time is kind of over. I think he had a window. He
How
had a
you gonna say
window
his time is over?
because bro, like, listen, he had a window. I'll bring this up later too, because I did a little bit of research and I want to talk about it.
Yeah.
But he had a window of time, and he obviously won MVP. He had a window of time where I'm like, if he doesn't do it now, if he doesn't do this now, he's probably not going to do it. And I think that window is up. I think if he doesn't accept a role as second option or third option on a team, his chances of winning a championship are going to plummet. Because if I had him, if I was on Philly and I had to choose between my number one option being, because I mean, I'm just going to say it's not going to be LeBron. And LeBron is okay with that. He's not going to fight that. That's where I'm worried about with Joel Embiid. Is he going to fight back if he's not number one option? Because if I had to choose between him or Jaylen Brown, I'm picking Jaylen Brown. Why? Because he's proven time and time again, whether he was playing with a superstar or not, that he was still that dude. You know you're going to get at least 60-plus games out of him. You know he's going to be playing.
Yeah.
And you know when he's on the court, he's not just going to be playing offense. He's going to be guarding too. And he wants to accept that challenge. So I'm going to pick him as my number one option before I pick Joel Embiid right now for that reason.
Yeah.
And if he's not okay with that, and if he's going to fight that, knowing his personality, knowing how he has an ego, he's a little bit more outspoken, just like Jaylen Brown, there's going to be a problem there. And so that's what I'm saying is his window, because he was the guy at one point. Like I said, he had his window of being the guy. But I think it's closed now. And if he doesn't accept that, it's going to be very, very hard to have him on a contending team. That's how I see it.
Okay. I would say for me, like Embiid is so much a dominant offense presence.
Yes.
It's like, even if you think that when he's on the floor, you can't just be like, that's just me. You can't just be like, damn, bro, I'm going to give this first option to that guy. If he's actually on the floor and performing. Even if, we got lapses stuff on defense and things like this, but he's so much a dominant player when he's on that floor. Because he got that meaty, he got that free throw line shot, he got the move, he got the three, and he's gonna give you, man, I ain't gonna lie, you play with him, he's gonna give you 30 quick.
Yeah.
For sure. So it's like,
He missed a lot of
games.
Insane stuff. He's done some insane stuff. He's had some crazy stat lines, some crazy stretches of games for sure.
Yeah. But with Jaylen, that is true. With Jaylen Brown coming, he's a two-way player. How many superstars, bro, you see that play offense and defense? You know how hard it is. Like a lot of superstars that play offense, they cover them on defense. Like Luka.
Yeah. Yep.
Luka is an offensive machine.
That's an extreme example.
You know what I'm saying? He's like
Jaylen Brown, Jalen Brunson too, low key.
Yeah, but him is like, because I was watching a NBA player. There was a NBA player. A random guy asking an NBA player, like a undersized guard asking a regular player, and say, "Hey, what do you think I would be with my height like this at the NBA?" And he said, "You're gonna be a defense liability," which is true. That was a hard, cold answer.
Yeah.
But like Jalen Brunson is not like. Honestly, let me tell you something. Sometimes it's not like they are the worst defender of the world. They're just going against they're just going against the best of the best of the best. So when you see a Jalen Brunson and you in the league, it's like I'm looking at some cookie. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I'm looking at some cookie, and you just gotta add the milk. You know?
Yeah.
And then it's like, but yeah, you get what I'm saying? So it's like,
yeah. Well, no, and I think going to the Jalen Brunson thing real quick, before we get into a deep rabbit hole, I think there's a difference, and this is where Luka's different. I think there's a difference between like your effort, obviously. That's, I think, where the deciding factor is. You look at Jalen Brunson, you look at Peyton Pritchard, you look at Jose Alvarado is actually a really good defender. But you look at those small guards, and it's like they're really hustling. They're really trying on defense. It's not like they're not trying. It's not like they're not skilled defenders. It's just when you're in the NBA and you're playing, like you said, against the best offensive players every single night, and you're not 6'6" plus, you're gonna get fried, and you're a liability automatically. Because there's no flaws, there's no weaknesses in some of those guys' game, and it's like, if you're not at least tall enough to combat some of that, you're toast. Luka's like 6'8". His is just a
Yeah.
straight. It's just pure effort. He just doesn't try on defense. He's just a cone.
Yeah.
James Harden, same thing. Like these guys just sit there on defense and expect their teammates to do everything else and then shoot 30 shots a game. So
Like sometimes when I watch them play, it just feel like they're just playing open gym pace.
yeah, for sure. And they
Like,
take their
I'm just
sweet
focused
time
on
with the
opens.
ball. Like 20, the whole
Yeah.
shot clock, they're just dribbling the ball and then shoot it or try and pass it. I'm just like,
At
bro.
the end of the clock.
But like you said, Luka's a freaking offensive machine, and you can get away with it when you can drop 40-point triple doubles like Luka and James Harden.
But I think he also lead the league, if I'm not lying, in turnovers. Is he?
When you have the ball in your hands as much as he does,
You
it's
should
like
have,
you
yeah.
have to give some grace there. If you're gonna
Yeah.
be dribbling the ball or have the ball in your hand 90, yeah, it was Luka. If
It's
you're
him?
gonna have the ball in your hand 90% of the time, yeah, 4 turnovers a game. It's like
Shit.
you're gonna
When you think
turn the
about
ball
it,
over.
yeah, but when you think
4
about
is
a
a
full
lot though.
turnover a game,
It's
yeah,
a
it's a
lot.
lot. I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot.
Yeah.
For the league, yeah. You think at the college level, do you think at the college level it's a lot?
Oh my gosh, bro, 4 turnovers a game in college, that is, yes, that's a lot. I think there's a
Yeah.
lot more possessions in the NBA game too. So
Yeah.
like considering that there's less possessions in the college game, having 4 turnovers in every game would be like really
Crazy.
bad. I think, you know
Yeah.
what, I'm not even gonna lie, I might expose myself here, but I don't think I ever averaged 4 a game,
Yeah.
but I've definitely had games where I've had like 7.
Oh, I saw people getting 9.
It's
So you
tragic
don't
too.
so
But
don't
like, bro, when you have
it's
4,
crazy.
you're sitting there getting chewed out. I
Oh yeah,
mean, the NBA and
you're
college is different, and I'm not Luka Doncic, like, but 4 is a good amount of turnovers.
yeah.
But he probably averages like 8 to 10 assists a game, though. So the ratio is
Yeah.
kind of, it's all right. It's reasonable.
Yeah. He balances it out.
Yeah. Talking about team to beat, I want to talk about the Celtics. And I'm not saying, that we're going to be the team to beat necessarily. I don't think we're going to be a slouch. I don't think people are just going to walk over us. And like I said, I still think we're a contender, but I
Okay.
wouldn't say we're the team to beat. But I will say this. I've thought about the trade. I've thought about it a lot. You could say it's
Yeah.
coping. You could say it's reality. I don't know. But I've been thinking a lot about it. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? As much as I hate it still, I really hate it as much as I do. Maybe, like, I'm starting to see the vision here.
Nah, DJ.
Because
I don't like that. I
listen.
don't like that, bro.
No.
Go
Listen.
ahead, go ahead.
They are dead wrong. This is not me backing what they did to Jaylen Brown. I'm not. Because, bro,
Yeah.
we should not have traded him. That's the bottom line.
Mm.
But this is what I'm going to say here. The Celtics just made their choice of who was more valuable to them, like you said. You said that before. Who
Yes.
was more valuable to them, they made that decision, right?
Yes.
So all I'm saying is I'm not going to sit here and say they made the right one. I'm not going to sit here and say they made the wrong one because both players are phenomenal players. It just sucks that one of them had to go. Okay? But
Yes.
when you have 2 guys like that who both want to be number 1,
Yes.
and even when Jayson Tatum came back, there was kind of like a weird dynamic. People were like, okay, well, who's going to have the ball now? Who's going to shoot the ball now? Jaylen Brown was trying to be passive. Jayson Tatum was trying to be passive. The whole dynamic was just weird. But like I said, the Celtics chose who they feel is more valuable, who has more, I guess, long-term, who brings them more long-term success. And they said Jayson Tatum is that guy. And, this is just obviously my opinion. And I think it should be a fact, but it is an opinion. Jaylen Brown played phenomenal the year we won the finals. He did.
Yes.
I'm not going to take that away from him. Jayson Tatum led the Celtics in every stat in the offseason, in the playoffs that year. Points, rebound. He did a LeBron thing. He led them in points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, everything. Okay. I personally, when we won the finals. I really did think Jaylen or Jayson Tatum deserved to be Finals MVP
Final
and
MVP.
conference Finals MVP. That was just what I personally believed back then. Now this past season, I think we should have traded Jayson Tatum. I think we should have kept Jaylen Brown. But I do think trading one of the two was the right thing to do because both of them want to be the guy. Now we're going to pick one guy and build around one guy because we've seen the past two champions now, or no, because the Celtics were one of the last three, but the past two champions have really had the team centered around one guy. The Thunder were SGA, the Knicks Jalen Brunson, right? And when Cat played good, that was great. When Josh Hart or Mikal Bridges played good, that was great. When J-Dub played good, that was great. But it was centered around Jalen Brunson, and then before that, Shea. So I think the Celtics are picking up on which direction the league is going. It's not necessarily super teams anymore, but it's creating a team with one superstar who can play within a system that's designed to be team-oriented and less, individualized. Because when I see Jayson Tatum, I do think, he's going to do everything. He's going to give me assists. He's going to give me rebounds. He's going to give me points. And he's going to play defense. I think he's a very underrated two-way player. I think Jaylen Brown, yes, he's one of the best two-way players in the league. But I do think he's also a very ISO-heavy player. Less likely to make the extra pass. He had to do what he had to do this year, and that's that. Do I think we should have kept him? Yes. But the fact of the matter is we didn't. And I don't think, like I said, trading one of the two was the wrong decision. So I'm starting to kind of come to terms with, okay, Jayson Tatum in the past, besides obviously last season, has outperformed Jaylen Brown. So the Celtics are taking a gamble on that continuing to be true for the rest of JT's career. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm not, like I said, I'm still very upset. I still wish that we didn't have to trade one of them, but I just think, it was the right thing to do. I just wish that we would have kept Jaylen Brown a little bit more than we should have kept Jayson Tatum. But that's my thoughts. What do you think?
You know where I'm standing on this one. I really didn't like the way they challenged Jaylen Brown. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. As a GM, bro, I'm just thinking about like you letting like your potential MVP, two-way player, healthier, playing around between or above 60 games a season, leading your team to a 2 seed when you was about to be a bust. So it's like, and then now I'm just gonna take the player that's just coming back from injury, that was trying to come back, and then had to sat out. I didn't really want him to rush. I didn't really want Jayson Tatum to rush, but at that moment, we all know how it felt. But I couldn't be mad at Jayson Tatum. You're looking at Jaylen Brown. You look at Jaylen Brown killing, making the team looking great, and it's like he made the comment talk about I'm coming back and I'm not coming back to be a role player type stuff. Comment that Jayson Tatum made when he was coming back. So why you putting this? So that's why I say the narrative. That's why I say the narrative is always centered on who the media want to attack. Because when Jayson Tatum said that, why at that moment anybody I didn't hear a lot of backflashes, or I did hear some people. I did hear Carmelo Anthony talk about you should sat out. They even had a backflash between Carmelo Anthony and Jayson Tatum agent because of this. The agent was like, Carmelo, you shouldn't be talking about those stuff, kind of. You can't. And so, but when Jaylen Brown was like, this was the best season I had ever. You see how the media jump on him?
That's true.
Because when you see how the media jump, when Jayson Tatum said that, I didn't hear a lot of backflashes. They're like, okay, what I heard at that moment was a player trying to come back and play.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But at that moment, you get what I'm saying? But at that moment, everybody and every player knew they'd be more personal. It's like, hey, bro,
right.
I got to go back and show, and it's a business at one point. And I don't like sometimes I don't like how people sometimes, or the media, trying to put two players against each other.
Because at one point, teammates.
Yeah, especially teammates. Because at one point, it was like they was trying to put them all together. people, the outside world may look like, oh shoot, that was the best teammate ever. We did the whatever. But in reality, we just here for business.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know what I'm saying?
that's kind of the vibe I'm getting from them two
Yeah.
in general, because you even seen or saw Jaylen Brown in his press conference. They asked him, like, has Jayson Tatum reached out, or what was leaving, like basically what went down between him and Jayson Tatum when he got traded, and he's like, I still haven't heard
Yeah.
from him.
Yeah.
And
You
so
see?
it's
So it's
like
like,
it's almost like, well, and then that makes me think more like, well, because Jayson Tatum didn't say anything at all the whole time. And doing that like publicly, I think is okay. Like not going out to the
yeah.
media and saying anything publicly. I mean, he had that one time he was at, like, I don't know what it was. He was at an event and this lady was interviewing him and she asked him and he just said it's crazy. He didn't really go into any much detail. He's like, it's just crazy that, he's
Yeah.
been there. He got there the year before me, played a season longer than I did. He's always been there since I've been there. And just to see him gone is crazy. That's all he said. He didn't say like nothing else, which I think is professional. Like, if you're going to make a
Yes.
public
100%.
statement, that's what you should do. But to hear
Yes.
that there was nothing going on, like personally, that makes me think something like shady really did happen. Like maybe Jayson Tatum was trying to get him traded, or you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like maybe there was something going on behind the scenes that we had no idea. And I'm sure
Oh, definitely.
there's thousands, plenty of things that are going on that we have no idea that happened.
Definitely.
But it just makes me wonder more. Like, okay, so you didn't text him. You guys
Definitely.
never were really close, and now you bringing back up that comment he said, "I'm not coming back to be a role player." Like thinking about that puts it all into perspective. It's like, okay, maybe there was something going on behind
You
the
know,
scenes, something fishy.
that's
But like I
true.
said,
And it,
I'm
yeah.
with you. I am 100% with you. I
Mm-hmm.
think if keeping one of the two, I think we should have kept Jaylen Brown. But I do think one of them had to go to accomplish
Yeah.
what they want to accomplish. If that makes sense.
That is true. But at the same time, also, like, as an owner, we cannot just also hide the fact that as an owner, you want the chemistry of the team being looking better also. I know we jumping a lot. Sometimes we jumping a lot on the organization and Jason Tatum or whatever. But let's look back on Jaylen Brown also a little bit. He speak his mind and it's okay. It's a freedom of speech. That's okay. But when you say sometimes things that some of your teammates can't say, do you get what I'm saying? If you say things aloud that some of your teammates can't say because they're scared of their position or whatever, do you get what I'm saying?
Mm.
As a team, the chemistry get a little bit. The
Yeah.
chemistry get a little, a little like
Well,
I'm gonna be with you on the floor, but I'm not
yeah.
gonna be with you too much because I ain't trying to be on some same. Do you get what I'm saying?
It just makes things awkward, I think.
Yeah,
Well, and
yeah,
then I don't know, because I've kind of always been like, and shout out Jaylen Brown, because like I said, I don't have a problem with anything. I don't have a problem with his Twitch streams. I don't have a problem with his honesty. I think he's calling it how it is, and we need people like that because he's seeing through the BS and he's just calling it out. That's
yeah,
fine. Um, but I also think, like, I also don't think it's bad to just go with the flow. Does that make sense? Like, if something crazy is going on, it's like, because at the end of the day, that's their job,
yeah,
right? And it's, yes, they make freaking millions of dollars. You could play. I feel like they should be set for life after one season. That's my opinion. But
yes,
it's like even less than that. After 2 games, you're set for life playing in the NBA, making that money. But it's like you're flirting with a line of, okay, I have a job, I have a reputation in the industry which I work in, because you have to think of it like a business. Okay,
yeah,
like the NBA players are the workers,
yes.
and
The
you have a
employee.
job. You know what I mean? And your employer, like if they don't like what you're doing, they have the right to let you know. They have a right
Yeah,
to try to get you to stop. Or you may potentially not have a job. And so I think while there's a time, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing to speak out, but I also don't think it's not a bad thing to just kind of go with the flow and fly under the radar, kind of like what Jayson Tatum does. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't say too much. He kind of just shows up, does his job, and goes back and we don't hear or see anything about him. You know what I mean? Which I kind of like. Like, I like the fact that he's not always running his mouth, that he's not always on Instagram going like saying crazy stuff. Like, he literally just minds his business and flies under the radar when it comes to mainstream stuff. Like I said, we have no idea how he is behind the scenes. We have no idea what kind of person he is. But as far as how he handles his business, I think he does a very good job.
And that's what the league wants. That's what the league wants. Just do
It's
your
true.
job and just keep it a shush. Like, just don't say anything and follow the crowd. And then I ain't gonna lie, that's like I always say, you know, we're living in a crazy world right now, you know?
It's true.
And it's either you follow the crowd or you don't have a job. And this is even crazy that we got to that point. Because when you look around, when you look at everything that's happening around the world, is like, do we really have or still have the freedom of speech that people are talking about? It's questionable. But hey, like you said, man, it's crazy, and we can sit here and talk about a lot of things. And I'm telling you, those players, the things that they be going out loud and say, probably is just like it's just like a little, it's a little facade of what they probably want to say. You know what I'm saying? But they just can't say it, or it will be, oh my goodness. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It was
But
like what happened
yeah,
to
it's a
Jaden
different.
Ivey earlier this year.
Yeah, see, that one was crazy, bro. I
Yeah,
ain't
it
gonna
was.
lie. Like, that one made me like, man, it made me second guessing a lot of things, bro. But you know,
Facts.
when you have your spiritual eyes to see and you're aware, because a lot of people that walk in but they sleeping. You know, we're living in a world now. Your eyes need to be. Some people their eyes are open but they still sleeping. So you have to have your eyes open and see things and realize that yeah, like this is crazy. Crazy
This
things
is,
happening
bro.
right now.
I agree with you 100%. That was my 2 cents. I might just be coping, but I still think we're gonna be contenders. I'm not taking that back. Go Celtics.
Well, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think that, bro. Y'all gonna,
Yeah, you're
I ain't
wrong
gonna
for
lie, I
that.
would love it's gonna be Boston against Philadelphia. I don't even eat popcorn. I don't even eat popcorn a lot. I'm gonna buy popcorn. I'm gonna put the TV on. I'm gonna tell the wifey and the baby, hey, there's no voice. I'm watching the game, and I'm gonna be loud.
This
First,
man's gonna buy a Philly jersey just to troll me.
yes, I want a Philly jersey. I want a Philly jersey, bro. I get my Philly jersey,
I'm gonna
and
send
I'm
you
gonna
one,
sit
and then I'm
right
gonna
there.
buy tickets to the game, and we're gonna go.
Yes, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go over there, and I really, man, bro. And I ain't gonna lie, first ISO play, I want them to call clear side. I want Jaylen Brown against Jayson Tatum. But for LeBron James was talking about, did you see you remember the play when it was in Lakers, and then D'Angelo Russell had a mismatch and he passed the ball back to LeBron, and LeBron was like, yo, and passed the ball back to D'Angelo to cook. You saw
Yeah.
that play? So
Yeah.
that's the same thing I want. Like Jaylen Brown get the ball, passing LeBron, LeBron looking at Jason and Jaylen Brown just giving back and go crazy. It would be so fun, bro. I would
Hey.
love that, and I want them to lose by 40. I'm sorry.
Oh my. Hey, we might. Maybe one time, but after that it's wraps. If we play in the playoffs, mark my words, Celtics winning. Celtics in 7 if we play in the playoffs.
Man, you don't even believe in that.
I do. Are you serious?
Nah, you don't, bro. You just
Because
say that
Embiid's
because
gonna
you're a
get
Celtics
mad.
fan, bro.
Embiid's gonna get
Nah.
mad.
Well,
They
it's
might not
LeBron
even
over
make the
there.
playoffs. Shoot. Hopefully they don't even make the
How?
playoffs.
Nah, but you know, like it's so like shit. Like when I see LeBron signing a 2 years, I'm like, huh? He really want to think. He really want to make that thing work. He's like he's making 2 years going. He's like, I first year, his first year is still not what it is. We can still work around and make it happen second.
He said one more
So
year.
we're gonna see. We're gonna see, bro. We're
And if
gonna
he
see.
doesn't win, he's gonna sign a 1-year extension. Try to win again. Nah,
Is
I'm
Bronny
trolling.
is Bronny is Bronny going to Philly? What's the future of
Nah,
Bronny, bro?
Bronny just signed with the Lakers. Bron made sure Bronny got paid before he left.
What a great father, man. This is something we can look what LeBron James did not do, bro. Let's be honest.
I'm saying
Great father, giving business to his kid, making his kid dream going. You know what I'm saying? Is Bryce coming too? I don't know if Bryce gonna get there, but hey,
Bryce
man,
will be there. Shoot, he
he got
redshirted
the
at Arizona, so he got another
he
year at
got the
least.
I called it. He got the last name. I call their last name is a key. It's a key. His last name is a key, bro. I don't think there's gonna be a door that ain't gonna open for that guy. Man.
Facts. Straight up. Just because pops.
That's
No,
insane.
jumping over to like a less serious topic. This is why I thought about Joel Embiid a lot too. Um, I was thinking, who are the biggest scammers in the NBA? Yeah,
I
bro.
got, I got,
And if you
I got.
don't say Joel Embiid, you're a glazer, bro. You are a glazer.
Why you want me to say Joel Embiid?
Okay,
Why?
look.
Me when you say that, for some reason I had Kawhi in my mind.
Okay, Kawhi's on my list too. Okay, let me just tell you this. I made a list. I made a top 5
Yeah.
list of biggest scammers in my opinion, and then I looked it up. I looked it up. Kawhi's on there, and this is the list that I made. I didn't nothing. I just made a list myself, and I love
Yeah.
Kawhi, but I still put him down as a scammer. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me just read some numbers to you. Give me
Okay.
a sec. My 5. Take a guess. I'll give you a guess. You'd say your top 5, and then I'll tell you mine, and we'll just compare.
Top
And then I'll
five.
give you
You want me
stats.
to start?
I'll give you stats on my top 5 scammers, and I'll just have you list yours just to see how close if we're thinking the same thing.
I bet. So let me give you my top five. Want me to give you my top five?
Yep. Go ahead.
I got in no orders though. I'm not gonna put in orders.
No
Just
order.
top five. So
Okay.
I got Kawhi,
Okay.
Anthony Davis. I
Yep.
got Kawhi, Anthony Davis. Um, man, woo. Kawhi, Anthony Davis. What I'm thinking about. I know Kawhi, Anthony Davis is the first name I got. Man, what else? Who else? Who
There's
else?
2. Okay, I think the other 3 are really obvious, but there's at least one, if not 2 that should be pretty obvious.
I put Kawhi. I put Anthony Davis. I'm not gonna put Joel Embiid because we already said that, so it's just gonna be easier.
Okay, so that's
I
just
won't. I won't.
so he's not in your top
But
5.
I won't put him. I'm gonna look for another one, but I won't put him.
Glaze.
Why are you saying
Glaze.
that? Wait. I won't put him.
Glaze. I'll tell
But
you why in a minute, but go ahead.
I bet. Let me see. I got Kawhi, Anthony Davis. Um, man, why don't I can't think about nobody else. We really don't. I'm really trying to think about who really don't play and get paid for. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I might stop with those 2 names, bro. I don't
All
know.
right.
I can't think about nobody else.
Okay, I'll give you my top 5. I have
All right, go
Joel
ahead.
Embiid, not in no particular order. I have Joel Embiid,
All right.
Anthony
Uh-huh.
Davis, Zion Williamson,
Hey, no, hey.
Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George. All right.
PG too?
Yes, bro. Come on.
Do you put PG
PG's
before in front of? No, Ja is different. Ja is
Ja
different.
like
I
Ja.
can't be counting Ja.
I mean, to be honest, he could be up there especially
Yeah,
because like
Ja get
he's
paid, bro.
not getting injured. He's been just getting suspended. So I feel
Yeah.
like Ja could be up there too, but I know there's been fines associated with
Why he's
suspensions.
not playing? Hmm.
So I mean, I still don't think they're taking enough money from those guys, but sometimes anyways.
He do make
Sometimes
a
I think
lot
it's
of money with
crazy how much
Nike.
money they take. But yeah, but that's not the NBA. That's a side note. Okay, let me just read
Yeah.
this to you. All right.
Hmm.
Joel Embiid, I looked up how much money they made the past 3 seasons
Mm-hmm.
and how versus how many games they played.
Okay.
Okay. So I had Joel Embiid. He's the very first one that came to my mind. Listen, he's currently on the tail end of a 4-year, $196 million supermax extension.
196.
Okay. The past 3 seasons, or let's see. Okay, this starts his salary from 25-26. I don't know why. But anyways, he made $55.2 million this past year. He played 39 games. The season before that, he played 19 games. And the season before that, he played 38. So he played 38 this season, actually. 38 this season, 19 last season, and the season before that was 39. For a total of 96 out of 246 possible games. The past 3 years, this dude barely played over one season.
Hey, bro.
Come on, yo. Come
Bro, I ain't
on.
gonna lie.
All right.
That's insane, bro.
PG. Paul George is on a 51. So this past season, he made $51.7 million, and he played 37
Okay.
games. The year before that, he played 41 games, and the year before that, he played 74 games, that's really good. For a total of 153 or 152 out of 246. So that's almost 100 games on the table. It's 96 games that he didn't play. Not bad. Not Joel Embiid bad. But when you're getting paid, hey. All right, Kawhi Leonard. This past season, he made 50 mil. All right.
50 mil.
This season, he played 65 games, which that's good.
Yeah.
The season before that, 37. Season before that, 68, which is also good. 37 is not so good. 68 is good. For a total of 170 out of 246. Zion Williamson last year made $39 million. And these ones actually surprised me. He played 62 games this past season, 30 the season
62?
before that, and 70 the season before that, which I was like, this has to be cat. So
This got to be cap.
Somebody has to double
How many
check
times we
these
saw
numbers.
Zion, bro?
I don't know. That's why I said this has to be cat, bro. But that's a total of 162 of 246. Anthony Davis is $54 million this past season.
54.
Played 20 games.
20 games.
20 games, bro. He played 20 games, it says, in 2025 to 2026 season. For a total, and then the season before that was 51. The season before that was 76. So, another last bit of research for the biggest scammer in the NBA. Anthony Davis wins, and he earned $54 million this past season, tied for 4th and 5th highest salary in the NBA, and played 20 games.
Tied for 4th and 5th, and played 20 games. Yeah, that boy's in Bahamas, laughing. Oh my. Oh my.
Scammer, bro.
Nah, that's insane, bro.
Scam in the NBA. I'm telling you, bro. These dudes out here making money. Podcast P out here making money. Pandemic P making money. Embiid making money to play not even half the season. Dude, 20 games is like barely a fourth of the season. And he made $54 million. It's under
crazy.
a fourth. That's insane.
Like the simple fact that, like, even when you say that, because I never thought about it, honestly. I never thought about scammers. Like, I was so surprised that as soon as you said that those two names was Kawhi and Anthony Davis. I don't know why they thought about Zion Williamson, because we already know the scenario. It's gonna be a post about. It's always gonna be before the season a post about Zion Williamson looking good. He lost whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then he coming back one game, one East
One 360 windmill, and then he doesn't play.
Let's see you next year, bro. Let's see you next year for the same post.
Nah, but the crazy thing about Zion though is, like, especially earlier in his career when he was like when he really wasn't playing, he could play like 30 games and he'd average like 30, 28, 30 points. At least it seemed like. And then he'd just sit out. Boom. And he was like 400 pounds just putting in work. Like when I think about guys like Embiid or AD and how much money they make, but then I'm like, you never see them on the court. It's always something. Never. Like they're always hurt, load management, whatever it may be. But I think this is another thing. If the Sixers really want to win, they need Embiid healthy. They need him to take a back seat to somebody. And the only way that they're going to do that is if they keep him under like 60 games a year. They're just going to have to tell him, look, bro, like, you got to take one for the team this year. You might have to sit out the whole first half of the season. You might have to play you on or off. on one game, you're not playing any back-to-backs, but like if you want to win, you're not going to play more than 60, 50 games because you just
And
can't.
two,
You
yeah,
literally cannot
they
do it.
gotta save him for when it actually really matters for real.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
And talking about also Anthony Davis, what do you think about the Wizard? Because I saw a post Anthony Davis say he's coming back and play the whole season. He
yeah,
said,
that's what
"I'm
he
coming back to
said.
play the whole season." We're
Yeah,
gonna see,
bro.
buddy.
Nice try, AD. Nice try.
But what do you
But
think about the Wizard? They got Trey Young. They got
I
AJ
think
DeBenza.
I think that's gonna be, not to steal the phrase from Philly, but that's gonna be a process. I think they're gonna be a lot better than they have been, but I think they'll be like an 8 or 7 seed. I don't see them like by any means being one of the best teams in the league yet. Anyway, or AJ could surprise everybody, and just absolutely go insane and have a crazy rookie season, which I wouldn't put it past him. I think he's a freaking amazing player, and you
Yeah,
pair him with a good point guard like Trey Young,
yeah.
that's
A winning passer.
dangerous.
Trey Young is a winning passer too. A lot
Trey
of people
Young's
talk about
he's a
Trey
great
Young.
passer and he's a great scorer.
Yeah,
He's just a really good playmaker because you have to respect him everywhere he ends up on the court.
yeah.
Besides the defensive end, then he's like a Luka. I mean, he's like Luka if Luka was Jalen Brunson's size. He just doesn't play
It's
defense.
just
He doesn't try to play defense. He's just kind of standing there. So,
yeah,
but I think the Wizards could be a phenomenal team about 2 or 3 years from now, especially if they keep building around AJ. Trey Young
yeah.
stays healthy, and maybe look to trade AD within the next couple of years for a younger and healthier center. That's what I would do.
Okay, okay,
But
fair. I like that.
yeah, I'm super excited for this next season. I completely forgot about the Wizards. I'm excited to watch a lot of the rookies play. Acuff, I just really liked watching him in college. I think not a lot of
Yeah,
people have been talking about him. And I
yeah.
think he's going to be a surprise. I think obviously Caleb Wilson went stupid in summer league. Darren Peterson,
That's a steal.
we'll see what happens with Darren Peterson. My expectations for the Jazz aren't super high. I think they could be good. I think they actually could make the playoffs this year, but I'm also not expecting a whole lot from that team this year.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll just have to wait and see, man. NBA starts in October, I think, and
I gotta check it out.
that's not too far from now. It's a short off season for them guys, but it's gonna be a great season. I've never looked forward to an NBA season as much as I'm looking forward to the next season. As just an NBA basketball fan, I'm just forget being a Celtics fan. I just love watching the NBA, and I'm super excited to see how all these guys play together, like Ja and Dame, or obviously the whole Philly situation, Giannis in Miami. Like there's so much to look forward to.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a great season.
Yes.
We'll see who wins the biggest scammer award this next season. But for the past 2025, 2026 season, Anthony Davis wins the biggest scammer award. You got anything else you want to say before we hop off?
Nah, man. I mean, it's been a great run we're doing right now, man. We gotta enjoy every single time we get a chance to be on the camera and talk and have this conversation because uh, we're doing something great. We have to always remind ourselves that uh, we we love what we're doing. It's a great time to spend time with my brother all the time. I
Straight
said
up.
time like 3 times, but but yeah, it's just to say yeah, I'm so blessed to be here for real.
Straight up, bro. We're going to end it there. Appreciate y'all for listening. Love y'all. See y'all next week.
Yes,
Peace.
sir. Peace.
Give me the ball, yeah. I left you, brought you in and paid tone. You know that